he's not being very booky right now. Welcome to Book It a Wrestling Podcast for the fans, by the fans. We book, rebook, and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your Commissioner Lil X Budge, and today we are here with your GMs, Damone D Money.
Jello.
And the 14th return of Hi-Fi Mike.
Party on, Garth.
I think Garth's partied enough.
Tonight on Book It, we are sending out some truancy letters. We're a little short-handed tonight. If you notice the absence of primetime Travie T, who's mid Book It verse right now, and you notice the absence of the bad guy Kenny. They are missed, but fuck them, I say.
You said they're missed. Who misses them?
We move on.
I'm sure nobody noticed Travis was missing.
We got booking, rebooking, and revisiting to do, and that's what the fuck we're gonna do tonight. So we're taking a little bit of a break from Travis's Book It verse. In 2 weeks' time, we'll pick that back up. But for tonight, we have put together a dream match tournament bracket for y'all to cruise along with us through. I didn't know how I want to say that, but
I could sense the struggle.
I was like, what order do I put these words in? Like, I know the words, I just didn't know which one to put next.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Nope.
But we have put together some great dream matches for you. Some you may have thought of, some you may not have, because we're smarter than you, and you know it. And yeah, we're going to vote on these MFers to decide what the best one is. So, D-Money, show us what you got, and let's shuffle this bracket up.
Mike, sing the song.
Every day we shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and.
Okay, so the first one's gonna be Trish Stratus versus Jamie Hayter, and I'm assuming we're doing what match we would either think is better or prefer. I guess it depends on how you want to do it. So first was Trish versus Jamie Hayter. What were you gonna say, John?
Oh, I think I'm more in the thought process of which one I would want to happen more. Like, which one would I be lobbying for more?
I'm going for which one, that and which one would be better. Like, which would be a better match. I mean, but that also goes into which one
you'd rather see.
Right.
So Trish versus Jamie Hayter, and then Roman Reigns versus Prime Goldberg. Like, during the
I don't want to see Roman Reigns versus Prime Goldberg.
During that one match where he did a backflip, he was fucking sick that night. That's the only time I like Goldberg. So he did that random ass backflip.
Goldberg was trash in his prime. Like,
all he needed to do was he just needed to do a spear and a jackhammer. That's all we asked for, and that's all he gave us.
And that backflip, that made enough for me.
So, John, Trish and Jamie, or Roman and Goldberg?
I think these are. I'm going to go into this saying that neither one of these are on my dream match list at all. I think Jamie's still got a lot to prove before she goes into like dream match wrestler kind of person, and not a Roman guy, not a Goldberg guy. So out of these four people, like, I only heavily fuck with Trish. I'm getting there with Jamie, but I'm going Trish versus Jamie. I think that Jamie can carry the work rate side, and I just think Roman versus Goldberg will be ass from a story and from a.
There wouldn't be a story. There wouldn't.
Roman's carrying the whole thing.
Let's
be honest.
Yeah,
it's 99% Roman.
Bro's gonna monologue merchant that whole thing.
It would probably be Roman is champion, Goldberg trying to beat Roman. Let's be honest. If it was in his prime, unfortunately, Goldberg would go over.
Well, when they were about to book it in 2020, it was Roman going for Goldberg, wasn't it?
Well, that's 2020. We're talking prime Goldberg.
We're also
Yeah,
talking. I'm thinking tribal chief Roman, not big dog.
yeah.
I
I think everybody is, but I'm just saying
Goldberg
when they booked it,
for as bad as Goldberg was, he was I don't know, he was
He was
really
over.
over.
I don't know
He
what to
was
tell
over
you.
as he was
Like if you
over.
like when I whenever I throw on like Nitro and Goldberg comes out, people fucking
Oh
lose it.
yeah. Right.
90s fans did not ask for shit. Like,
No,
these are
the
the same
problem
people
was
that elected George W. Bush. They didn't give a
we
fuck about anything.
we didn't have shit. So like when we got something, it became the biggest thing.
Yeah, it was better than the Toxic Turtles or whatever. So
Hey, I'd prefer the Toxic Turtles. That's at least funny.
you say
uh
that until you see him. Mike, which one you
I'm
voting
just gonna
for?
go Roman and Goldberg because I want you to do the tiebreaker. I don't want to choose because
So
I'm in the same boat as I don't care about either of these matches.
So I'm gonna vote Roman Goldberg. Fuck your 5 match classics. Bump that. I don't want that.
I guess it would
I'm
probably end up being fire.
I'm pulling a Big E. Bump your. I just want a 5 minute spear fest. They spear each other. Goldberg goes for the jackhammer. Roman he hits it. Roman kicks out. Roman hits the Superman punch. Spears Goldberg twice. One, two,
I
three.
hate
Tribal
that
Chief
so
reigns.
much.
I don't think
That
they.
offends me.
I think
Good.
that
Fuck
I,
yeah.
Goldberg.
I can hear Michael Cole yelling at every finisher spam in my
Really, you
head
think it
right
would be
now,
Michael
and
Cole
it
calling
pisses
it?
me off.
It would definitely be Tony Schiavone. It would be put in the past. You got to put that on fucking Nitro, man. What are you talking about? What are we doing here?
Maybe I was a little fed
It's gonna
pilled.
get the. If you want to get a Goldberg match over, regardless, that match specifically, you cannot put it in WWE TV. You have to put it on Nitro. Like you.
You know what, Mike? I'm gonna trust you with that. I ain't gonna watch Nitro and find out, but I
I mean,
trust
I'm
you.
probably gonna watch Nitro when I go to bed tonight.
I put it on to fall
I
asleep
think I'm
to.
going. I think I'm going to. I think it's time for. It's time to replay it.
Asuka versus Britt Baker or AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, AJ Styles, Eddie
Um,
Guerrero. Just put me down.
okay.
This is like a 1, 2, 3. I think
Yeah, it's AJ versus Eddie.
that's gonna be a
Like,
powerhouse to defeat. Like,
I
so if it's
like
like prime AJ, this is like TNA AJ facing
yeah.
like fucking 2003 Eddie,
Eddie
like
in
3 or 4.
time, it would be beautiful. Like I'm here for it. Eddie,
Like,
AJ Styles, Eddie Guerrero. You can
I
match it
wouldn't say
up.
any AJ, but like
No, Eddie, AJ
TNA, like
Styles.
in the biker shorts AJ when he was still hitting the spiral tap for
Oh,
funsies.
you could definitely match it Eddie Guerrero up to that. We're okay.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's gonna be hard to defeat for anybody.
Next one, The Undertaker versus Crow Sting, and Gunther versus Vader.
I'm going Taker Sting.
I think this is another 1, 2, 3. Like, as much as like Taker versus Sting would like probably disappoint some in the ring, I feel like everybody wants that to happen at least more than like half the matches on here.
I'm voting Gunther versus
I
Vader.
knew
That
Damone
they
would.
beating the shit out of each other. I'm here for it. I'm here for slaps. I'm here for some punches. I'm here for some eye gouging. I'm here
Hmm.
for them to pretty much just be fighting. I'm here
I
for it.
would
Beat the
shift
shit
my
out of
vote
each
with
other.
say just for to be like a contrarian, but I'm gonna let it at least go to the second round.
You got to add a third to that. You got to add Bam Bam Bigelow.
I'm here for it. He could be the high flyer. Actually, technically, Vader's the
Vader
high
can be
flyer.
too, right? Vader.
Yeah.
does some
Gunther
shit.
does do a splash, or
So like
Gunther does a
Vader hits
splash.
the Vader Salt onto
Yes,
Gunther, and then Bam Bam hits his onto fucking Vader.
I'm here for it. Sign me
$10.
up. ten
Yeah.
dollars.
Real Five
Randy
Live.
Orton, Prime Randy Orton, which I'm saying is bald Randy Orton
Yeah, that's
versus
like
the Great Muda
2009.
versus the Great Muda
Or Legend Killer. Legend
or
Killer
Legend
was a
Killer.
baller
I
too.
think
Legend
Legend
Killer
Killer
too,
is prime.
or Shawn Michaels versus Kenny Omega.
I'm going Sean Kenny.
I am too. Shawn Kenny's the
Yeah.
better match.
1, 2, 3. Sean Kinney.
The best bout machine versus the goat. John Cena versus Tanahashi, or Jade Cargill versus Beth Phoenix.
Cena Tanahashi.
I'm actually
It's
gonna go
Cena
Jade versus
Tanahashi.
Beth. I
Um,
think that like Cena Tanahashi, I don't
I don't
know.
have Jade Cargill
There's
in
no
any of
part
my
of me that
dream
wants that.
matches.
Jade,
Jade versus
Jade,
Beth could be a spectacle if you really
Jade's
want.
prime, which I don't even know what it is.
It's just
John
a much
Cena,
better
bad.
That
roster.
one match, so Jade Cargill's prime is her one match with Taya Valkyrie in AEW where she was carried to a 3.5 right before putting Chris Statlander over.
Right. And
That
the
was
thing
Jade's
is,
best
like,
night.
even bad John Cena, which I would say is current John Cena, is pretty much
Still
just
good John
Jade
Cena.
Cargill. It's not good.
I
But
still have fun.
it's still it's probably his floor is probably higher than her ceiling. Or at least because right now her ceiling is low. So
We're
I'm
about to
going
be
Cena Tanahashi.
we're about to be done with John Cena forever. I'm gonna enjoy this moment.
I'm gonna need him to step the fuck up because this has been trash.
It has not been trash. He had
It's
one
been
bad
trash.
match.
Well, the
His
matches have
promo,
been
no,
trash, but
he's had two bad matches.
the
What was
promos
the
and the
other bad
press
match?
scrums are fun though.
WrestleMania.
No, I like that match.
WrestleMania was
I like that
bad.
match. I was
Mike's
Rewatch
fun.
like
it.
That was
It's
not
Travis
a bad
Scott
rewatch.
match.
interference, feed, feed,
Like
feed.
in the moment, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's the third best match." But like seeing it and
No,
like
I
even
liked it.
WWE on the commentary after was, yeah, it wasn't a barn burn there, it wasn't a great match, but John Cena won the 17th title. Even they were burying their own match.
I had fun with it. I still like it. I thought it was a good match.
Yeah, I'm with Damone to an extent. Like, I like the Cena heel run, like for the promos and for like
Yes, the
the press
promos are
stuff.
good, but
Like
then
John
the
Cena
bell
on the
rings.
fucking press scrum calling everything a clickbait question was legendary. But like the match has been
In
ass.
Yeah, in the ring, he's not good. He's washed. Unless he's doing it on purpose, which is
It's been
even
that way for
dumber.
a while though.
He
Because
did say he's gonna ruin wrestling.
remember
That
when
was
he
his.
faced
He is
Austin
going
Theory as a
to.
babyface?
Yeah, his match against Austin Theory was bad. His match against Solo was bad. He's been bad for a while, and like a lot of it, I think is just ring rust. But this is his last run. Like he should be going all out, and
Cena said he was gonna ruin wrestling.
I know
he's
what's
been giving
causing
his
it.
duds.
He's wearing those fucking American flag jorts, and those are like
He needs
slowing him down. He
he needs to
needs the
wear the
black
black
jorts or
shorts.
the tan jorts.
I did see someone on Reddit say we John Cena at least got to give us the black jorts so he's good again.
Black jorts seen as different.
Next one, Bailey versus Mickey James, probably Mickey James, or Will Ospreay versus Rey Mysterio.
Ooh.
Osprey Mysterio.
I want to see what Damone thinks first.
I'm gonna say Bailey versus Mickey. I'm gonna those two are in my top 5 women all time. So
Yeah, I love Mickey James, but it's gonna be hard to beat Will Osprey. Like it's like hit like prime AJ versus or current Osprey. It's like that's the kind of wrestler that like you could put them against a sex doll and it's still gonna be a 5.
so next one, Bret Hart versus Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whichever one. Awesome Kong versus Shayna Baszler.
Hear me
So a
out.
whole lot of technical.
If Awesome Kong had a better opponent, I would be picking Kong. I love her, but
I don't
actually, you
like
know
the
what?
disrespect you're giving to Shayna. Shayna was good.
I'm gonna go Kong versus Shayna. I don't like Brett like that, so
I'm
there's a
going
weak link
Brett
for both
versus
matches.
Daniel
I mean,
Bryan.
I'm also going Brett Bryan.
Brett, like, here's the thing. Brett's not doing anything like crazy, like splashes or anything, but everything he does is so crisp, like on point, like it's just perfect, like a textbook.
He is a great wrestler. That's it. That's where
I
it
don't.
ends.
His
He's
wrestling
got
style is just not for
half.
me though.
He's got half of the equation. He's missing a whole half, which is why he's not top 100.
His promos aren't my problem with him. I wish he was like spottier, like because
Well, the
I
I
thing
like.
wish he
is,
wasn't such a sourpuss.
well, yeah,
He's
but
always just mean mugging the camera.
well, yeah, that's his face,
Yeah,
but
bitch.
uh. But in ring, he's great. Like he's just everything's crisp, on point, perfect. Like if you were writing someone to be the most like he is the excellence of execution. Manami Toyota versus Mercedes Moné, or Becky Lynch versus Satomura.
Um,
Um, I can go first. I'm gonna take Becky versus Satomura.
I
Becky's
don't
better than
know.
Sasha,
I
and
don't know either of the Japanese talents, but I, I
Satomura just retired
and I
like
don't like Becky
a
or
couple weeks
Mercedes.
ago.
However, if I'm picking between Becky and Mercedes, I'm picking Mercedes. I think she's a little bit better in the ring. Um, Becky might be a better character, but if this is like a New Japan Forbidden Door dream match type situation, the promos ain't going to matter that much. So Mercedes is going to have a better chance of having a banger.
I'll go with the
Like it's
Becky
on you.
Lynch match.
Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk, or Kyrie Zane versus the Lunder
This is
Blaze.
a 1, 2, 3,
This is a
right?
one, two,
Yeah,
three.
it's Stone Cold versus John's or CM Punk.
I also watched Stone Cold
And
versus
I'm
CM.
taking into account, I don't know if you guys are, taking into account promos too. Because Stone Cold versus CM Punk isn't going to be like a great in ring match.
Oh
It's
no,
okay,
but
so it's going to be a
it'll be
great
explosive.
storytelling. It'll be a good storytelling and everything, but you're not going to see like a bunch of like crazy moves or anything.
No,
A lot of it's going to be carried by the promos.
correct. I mean, they're gonna tell a story in ring,
Right.
But I don't know. Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens, he was kind of cooking in that match.
Well, it was just brawling. Like
which
that
is
was
fantastic.
sick. Right, which I'm fine with. But like it's not like Stone Cold was he was punches, kicks, stunner. Pretty much
Well,
the
he was eating Kevin's spots really well.
well yeah, he could always sell.
I feel like Kevin Owens is definitely retiring soon. There's no way he's
Uh
gonna be able to keep this shit up on his body.
well he's out for the
I,
foreseeable future with the
I get
surgery,
that,
so
but when he comes back, I don't think he's gonna have much when he comes back. There's no way. He's old. He's old. Let's be honest. He's getting there.
the thing is we
And
say that, but like Edge has come back and other guys have come back from
yeah,
neck
but
injury.
yeah, I guess. But had they been doing so? I mean, they obviously they have their heavy hardcore matches, but Owens has been doing them for longer
Yeah.
and like more consistent. Like anytime him and Sami Zayn are in the ring, still to this day, I'm pretty sure one of them are dead
Yeah, they kill each other.
every single time. You can only do that so many times. They've done it so many times.
Bull Nakano versus Raquel Rodriguez, or Seth Rollins versus Ricky Steamboat.
Uh, Seth Rollins Steamboat.
I agree. Seth Steamboat is gonna be fire in ring.
Yeah, I'm Seth Steamboat as well.
Did we have anything with like Scott Hall or Razor Ramon in here?
No.
Oh damn. I don't know what the fuck
Io
we did.
Shirai or Io Sky. Said Shirai, but versus Thunder Rosa, or The Rock versus Okada.
It's Rock Okada for me. The
Yeah.
aura farming between those two would be so funny.
Same.
I'm going Io versus Thunder. I think it's a way better in ring match. Like Okada, I like Okada in ring a little. Like I still don't think he's as good as people say he is. In his, I still am not a huge fan of the Okada Omega matches, but Io is great in ring.
A-
Arguably, she's top five in ring all time.
AEW made me like Okada so much more. Like seeing his comedic side come out
Yeah.
just made me like way more into the character.
And the like, right now I'm over the Rock. Yeah, I'm just over the Rock.
This is
Can you
prime
go?
rock, like in the '90s. Like
Yeah, I get
they're
it,
gonna
but
be doing
even
some.
then, in ring, he was never great.
Yeah, it's gonna be just like it's gonna be a
I
goofy
mean, he was
feud.
great for the time. You gotta put it in
He was never
context.
great. He wasn't great in his time either.
I don't agree
Shawn
with
Michaels
that.
was around. Triple H was around. X Pac was around. I'm just
Don't try to
saying in
include
ring.
Triple H and great ring workers.
No, fuck you. Triple H
I
is goat.
am.
Triple H is so mid in ring.
No,
No,
you're mid in
he's.
ring,
You
bitch.
literally just praised Stone Cold for in ring work. Triple H and Stone Cold. Triple H actually had more moves than Stone Cold in their
I've
primes.
praised one match of Stone Cold. I'm sure
Okay,
Kevin Owens could carry fucking Triple H to a decent match too.
Triple H has plenty of great
You're
matches.
you're
Take
I
the
hate you.
weapons away and what you got.
That's the
You have a
stupidest
great
thing.
match.
That's like saying, okay, Sabu, take the weapons away.
Sabu
He
does have
can't
angles,
spring.
not weapons.
He can't springboard.
Hey, he stood on that rope for like 30 seconds before he leg dropped John Cena. Suck my ass.
Yeah, nope. He went through a table. It's a weapon. Doesn't count. You can't just nitpick.
I
Lita,
can,
Lita,
and I will.
Lita,
Like,
Lita versus Tony Storm, or
Uh,
Charlotte Flair versus Aja Kong.
Lita Tony Storm.
yeah, that's a 1, 2, 3. I think.
Yeah, I'm also over Charlotte Flair, but
Yeah, I've been over Charlotte Flair for like since the
she's
pandemic.
still. The thing is, she's still great in ring because she like her and Tiffany was a good match. Her and Rhea was a great match. It's just the getting to the match is so rough.
Yeah, like her
Uh,
character is unwatchably bad.
yeah, it's just awful. Roxanne Perez versus AJ Lee
And I think with Charlotte
for
Flair too, sorry to add on to
very
Damone
good.
what Damone saying. When she tries to do like the work shoot stuff, she's not
Yeah,
good enough at promos to do that type thing. So
no,
it's
it just
like,
comes off as an ass, like she's being an asshole.
sorry, I just had to add that point. Like the work shoot promos should be for
Don't.
people who are good at promos only.
Yeah. Roxanne Perez versus AJ Lee or Bianca Belair versus Jazz. I'm going Roxanne versus AJ
Yeah,
Lee.
just that's fine.
I'm going Belair versus
I
Jazz.
don't care.
AJ Lee in the ring is something I do not want to see again. I don't
So
think
you'd
she's
rather
ever
Roxanne,
very
watch
good.
Jazz?
yeah, I
Jazz
was
is
gonna
fire.
say Roxanne is
I,
Roxanne got a good match out of the
Roxanne's
way.
the best of the
I
four,
don't
but
like
Bianca and
AJ
Jazz is a
Lee.
better combo.
I don't like AJ
Ooh,
Lee, but I don't want to watch
mm,
Jazz.
I don't know if I
Jazz
can say Roxanne's the best of the
ECW
four.
Jazz was fire.
I don't know if I can say Roxanne's the best. Bianca, I'm gonna say is a little bit better than Roxanne,
Well,
but
then Jazz is better than AJ, so
it's super close.
then Bianca Jazz is a no-brainer if that's the truth.
Roxanne Perez versus AJ Lee for CM Punk's heart. CM Punk on a pole match. Sami Zayn
CM
versus
Punk's pole on a
Sabu.
pole match.
What?
I said CM
Did you
Punk's
say
pole on a pole.
that's wild.
So he's hanging from his
Um,
dick. Is that what's happening?
yes, he's hanging from his dick in this scenario. Sami Zayn versus Sabu or Samoa Joe versus Taz.
Ooh,
Give
that's
me
all.
Sami Zayn
That's the
versus
first hard one
Sabu
I've
because
had.
somebody's going to die.
But these next two are going to be really hard for me.
I'm going Samoa Joe versus Taz. Like I
Ooh.
like Sammy. I I I was never a huge Sabu guy, like R.I.P. and all, but um I
I
think
mean,
Samoa Joe and Prime
Prime Samoa
Taz
Joe
just
would go
suplexing the
fucking
fuck out
crazy.
of each other.
give them a TLC. Give Sami Zayn and Sabu a TLC match. Somebody's going to die. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
Guarantee it.
that I gotta go. Sammy Sabu. I am a big Sabu guy. He's probably like of all the wrestlers to have passed on my favorite one.
We
Um,
know why. Look
Is
up
it because he was a
look
juggalo?
up Sabu. No, look up Sabu allegations.
Oh no, yeah,
Or
he had some.
Sabu N word.
Yeah, he said
bro,
he was
them matches
wild,
were
dude.
all gas. Like
All gas, no brakes.
I already know I'm gonna be giving a sympathy vote on this next one because yeah, the bracket gods were not nice to my
No,
man's.
they
No,
were
not at
not
all.
kind to
Not
you.
even, not
Nick
even slightly.
Nick Nemeth versus Billy Gunn or MJF versus Roddy Piper.
I'm an
It's
ass
it's
man.
MJF Roddy Piper.
Yeah, it's that those promos go
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm an ass man.
Yeah,
Can,
Nick Nemeth versus Billy just
Nick
fell into a
Nemeth versus
terrible
Billy Gunn,
spot.
hear me out. In a kiss me arse match.
No,
Ew,
let's
why did you
not
change it
do
to a
this.
kiss me
He just
ours? Why didn't you
wants
just
to
say
see
ass?
somebody's
Because
ass.
Nick Nemeth's ass got a bigger pop than y'all's faves.
Okay.
This is fine.
Another thing he copied from Sean. China versus
What, his ass?
Rhea.
Like,
Yes. Show
Yes.
he
his
copied
ass
and
getting
pasted
it
his ass.
shown. See, HBK did it first.
I
China
mean,
versus Rhea or Gail Kim versus Masha Slamovich.
China Rhea.
Give me
China
Gail
Rhea
Kim.
sounds like a real
TNA,
bad STI.
TNA.
Here's the thing. Rhea's definitely the best out of the four. Gail is probably second. Masha's third, but
China can
Rhea's
put
gonna
on
have
a
to do a
good
really good.
match.
Rhea's
Yeah,
gonna have to do a really good
China's
carry
a
job.
distant
Yes,
third, while the
But
other three
Rhea
are
can't
close.
carry, and China can sell and get the story over.
Okay, but Gail Kim and Masha are both really good.
Yeah, they're both
Like
very
the
good.
Rhea Gail Kim Masha
Fuck it.
gap is
I'm
very
going
small.
Gale
While the
versus
three of
Masha.
them,
Monsters Ball.
yeah, the three of them to China's gap is fucking like astronomical.
Yeah, the gap from Masha to, and I said Masha's third.
Yeah,
The gap from her to China is ginormous.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah. So next round, Roman Reigns versus
It's Eddie
Goldberg or
AJ.
AJ Styles versus Eddie.
This is
Yeah, one,
AJ.
two, three. AJ Eddie.
AJ Eddie. Let's not even do this.
I'm voting Roman Reigns versus Goldberg.
No,
Oh,
you're not.
I'm doing it for
No, you're
Big
not.
E. Doing it for Big E.
Ugh. Yuck.
Damone, I hope that you pour a bowl of cereal and realize you don't have milk.
I'll just eat the cereal without milk.
I hope you have a bowl of milk without cereal.
Why would I pour the milk before the cereal? I'm not a
Because
cereal
you
killer.
just did that day, man.
You're the type
That's
to do
what
that.
happened.
No, I'm not. That's gross. I'm very ritualistic about food, if you haven't noticed. So, definitely would not do that. So The Undertaker versus Crow Sting, or Shawn Michaels versus Kenny Omega.
Sean Kenny.
John.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sean Kenny.
Okay. I'll give Taker Sting a sympathy vote. Like, I know that's one of the matches everyone says they wanted, and they're mad that we didn't get that when Sting was in WWE. But in
Honestly, it
hindsight,
wouldn't have been
realistically, it's probably for the best.
Yes.
That match is probably going to be bad,
correct.
and now we can at least be like, oh, it would have been a great match and the story and everything, as opposed to them doing it and it being shitty, and it being like, oh, we shouldn't have done this. So at least live on to your dreams. By the way, Sean Paul said Io is the GOAT. She might be the GOAT in ring. She's definitely the War Games GOAT. Men and women. She's the GOAT of War Games. John Cena versus Tanahashi, or Will Ospreay versus Rey Mysterio.
Will Ospreay, Rey Mysterio.
John?
Yeah, that's an easy Osprey Mysterio.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I don't like that deadbeat. Dom better. Bret Hart versus Bryan Danielson, or Becky Lynch versus Satomura.
Brett Bryan.
I agree, Bryan.
I'll give the sympathy vote to Becky.
You just can't give Bret any credit, can you?
Fuck no. I don't like
Stone-
him. Well, no, I do
Stone-
give Bret credit for one thing. His gear was always fucking fire. He's one of my
cut
gear
off the
goats.
Austin part.
You could have just put Stone Cold. They really didn't. We knew who you meant.
I know, but when I copied it from ChatGPT, it didn't include the Austin part for some
You could have
reason.
just put SCSA, and we still would have known.
I know.
What are you talking
Stone
about? We don't
Cold-
use artificial intelligence, Damone. We're better than that. We're environmentally.
No, we're not. We have a
Yeah.
literal episode, multiple episodes actually, where we use ChatGPT to book.
Yeah, but that was when it
pay-per-views.
first came out. I think it'd be different now.
It is like I did one where like I did one last week where it did this type of concept, and did them as like match, like actual stories and stuff, and it actually had some good like one-liners and stuff. But Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk, or Seth Rollins versus Ricky Steamboat.
This is hard. This is probably the hardest one I've had so far.
I'm gonna go Seth Steamboat. I think so. Stone Cold and Punk will be a better like lead up with the promos and everything. because they are both better at promos than Roman or not Roman, Seth or Steamboat. But Steamboat versus Rollins will be better in ring.
I'm gonna go Austin Punk to tie it up because I want to make Mike break that.
I'm gonna go. Seth Rollins, Ricky Steamboat.
Okay. The Rock versus Okada or Lita versus Tony Storm.
Lita, Tony Storm.
John?
I'm going the Rock Okada. I want the aura farming.
I'm gonna. I feel like Tony versus Lita would be better story. Maybe not. Actually, yes. I'm gonna Lita versus Tony Storm. I can already see Rock versus Okada getting racist real quick. Especially 90s Rock. He's definitely saying some fucked up shit.
Unfortunately, you make a good point.
Yeah, he's definitely saying some definitely racist stereotypes and stuff. Roxanne Perez versus AJ Lee or Sami Zayn versus Sabu.
That's an easy Sammy Sabu for me.
It's an easy Roxanne versus AJ for me.
Mike, do the right thing.
Sammy Sabu.
Yep, Mike doesn't love women's wrestling. MJF
No, the
versus
thing is, like, I don't watch modern wrestling often, so when you put newer people in,
Also, AJ Lee
and
was
I don't
burned.
like AJ Lee.
she wasn't button. She was mediocre.
I didn't like it. I don't. I go back and I still don't like her matches. So
Plus, she was on heels. So, MJF versus Roddy Piper or Gail Kim versus Sasha or Masha.
Sabu was Juggalo. So
Give me that MJF.
oh yeah, it's MJF Roddy Piper.
It is MJF Roddy
Can't wait
Piper.
for
Like
MJF to sing a song on him.
as much as I like Masha Slamovich, it's not that match isn't better.
Also,
Isn't better.
MJF hasn't sang a song in too long, and that's gonna piss me off.
He can sing a song to Bobby. Or
Yeah,
sorry, to Bob. He can sing a song to Bob. Calling Bobby Lashley Bob is diabolical. Pun intended.
Now this one gets hard. Finally, these about to
AJ
get good.
Lee AJ Lee versus Eddie or Shawn Michaels versus Kenny Omega.
You mean AJ Styles?
I thought that's what I said. AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero or Shawn versus Shawn versus Omega.
Give me that AJ versus Eddie. That young AJ is gonna hit like crack still.
That young Shawn Michaels gonna hit like crack and hit some crack.
AJ Eddie. AJ Eddie.
Wait, did that match happen?
AJ Eddie?
Yeah, when Eddie were like that, the like week or not week, by that little time where he was fired from
The only match I know
WWE.
about from that time period is the triple threat between him, Ray, and Punk,
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay,
and that
I
that,
wasn't.
that that's a humper.
Yeah. Will Ospreay versus Rey Mysterio or Bret Hart versus Bryan Danielson. I'll just put your vote for Will Ospreay versus Ray already,
Yeah,
John.
gooning
I'm
to
vo-
Ospreay.
and I'm
Always.
going into Bret versus Bryan Danielson, putting each other in the pretzels.
I'm going Brett Bryan.
Oh, fuck you. Brett
We,
over
we,
Ospreay is
we do
criminal.
we doing some technical wrestling in this joint.
There's no world where a Brett match is better than an Ospreay match. Not in one universe.
This world, this universe. Seth Rollins versus Ricky Steamboat or Lita versus Tony Storm.
Yeah, give me that Lita versus Tony Storm.
Give me that Seth versus Ricky Steamboat. Mike.
We're gonna go with Seth Steamboat.
Okay. Um, Sean Paul. Chat GBT picked that one out. He said we should
Hmm.
have done AJ
Oh,
or
yeah.
We
Angle
left,
versus
we left
Danielson.
Angle off of this.
We didn't put
That
Angle
is
on here at
criminal. This is
all.
why.
I
This
did
is why we
he
can't trust AI or Bret Hart.
weren't
Look,
they?
man, it would have taken us forever to do this on air.
Yeah, would have. I feel like that's another match. I feel like might have happened.
What?
I could be wrong.
Versus Danielson.
Yeah, they did.
Oh damn! When did that happen?
Or no, it wasn't a tag match. So I guess it doesn't count. It doesn't count. Also, if we were to do Kurt, we do Kurt versus Chad Gable. Duh.
We could save that for the second bracket.
Yeah. I purposely had it so it split it like 50% versus 50% men versus 50% women. So we got equal representation.
Mm.
So it wasn't
That
just
even
like
sexism
12
out
men.
we.
So right. So it wasn't like just 30 men's matches and one women's match. Um, and then no women make it to the finals. Sami Zayn versus Sabu
I
or
tried, y'all
MJF
didn't.
versus Roddy Piper.
MJF Friday Piper.
Give me that Sammy Sabu. I think the promos ain't gonna beat what Sammy and Sabu do at this point.
The thing is, MJF can act up in the ring. And it's
He
going to be
can't.
definitely a better promo. I
He's
think
gonna be
Roddy
doing
Piper would
carry stuff
sell.
though.
I Roddy Piper was good in ring. Like he's not like the greatest or anything, but he's good enough, and I think he would sell well for MJF. And
Yeah,
MJF would sell his ass off. Like in they're both using heel tactics and cheating and shit. Even though one of them's the baby face, and we're all gonna pop for it. I'm going MJF versus Roddy Piper. So the final four: AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero, or Bret Hart versus Bryan Danielson.
just give me that spiral tap.
AJ versus Eddie from John.
AJ. I'm going AJ Eddie.
I see how this is going. I'm going Bret versus Bryan Danielson.
I'm glad the madness ended.
Seth Rollins versus Ricky Steamboat, or MJF versus Roddy Piper.
MJF versus Roddy Piper.
I want to see how Damone
This one's
votes.
hard. This one's hard for me. You go first, John.
Oh fuck. Well, I'm gonna make it a tie so Damone has to break it.
Fuck you. I hate you. I knew that was coming, but still. So here, I like Seth is my of the four. Seth is my favorite overall and in ring. I think he's the best out of the four in ring. And I think I think Seth versus Ricky is a better in ring match than MJF versus Roddy. But Roddy versus MJF, the promos are better.
That match is going hard, man.
But is the gap so is the gap between matches is wide as the gap between promos?
The promos will make that match 1,000 times better.
I think MJF can do enough to carry that to the level of Seth versus Ricky.
Really?
I don't think he's going to carry it to that level. I think
he
it'll be a
needs to
notch.
carry it.
I think it'll be a notch below, but it's the promos. The gap in promos would be enough. And I'm going to be honest. The promo gap for me at least is mostly coming from Ricky. Like I don't think Ricky was ever a great promo, and like I've seen some of his like WCW promos and stuff, and they're okay.
Yeah,
but like nothing
and Seth in his
like
prime was not a good
fantastic.
promo because like, are we combining like peak abilities of all things? Because like
Yeah, I
Seth
would say
now,
like prime Seth.
yeah, Seth now is a pretty good promo, but Seth in like 2015 when he was in his wrestling prime was not a great promo.
I liked heel Seth. I liked
I do
J
too,
and J Security Seth.
but
With the
like,
authority
there's a
J&J
stuff.
reason he
Security's
didn't
so
talk
fun.
as much then.
True. It was mostly like Triple H and Yeah, mostly just Triple H talking. But I will say he does still have the best one of my favorite lines of all time. I've said it before when it's before we knew Edge could come back. When he was forcing the Authority to come back, and he's like, John Cena, you need to bring the Authority back, or I'm going to kill him. I'm going to stomp on his head. And Cena brought the Authority back, and Seth is like, great, I'm going to kill his ass anyway, and then stomped him. Fire. That's when I fell in love with Seth.
That was
Um,
gas.
AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero, or MJF versus Roddy Piper in the finals. What is the best dream match of all time, according to us in the bracket?
I'm going MJF Roddy. I
The
really
heel
want to see
turn.
that match.
Mike turned heel on AJ Styles versus Eddie.
I'm
He
not.
low blowed him at the finals.
I'm going AJ versus Eddie.
This is another one where it's promos versus in ring. So AJ versus Eddie would be better in ring than MJF versus Roddy.
I just think MJF Roddy, the
Can
promos will make the match that much
can
better.
But
Eddie
you got to
can
keep in mind,
Eddie's promos carry AJ Styles enough?
AJ's going to hit that. Don't talk about my Jesus, the gay community.
um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. This is tough. I'm
Damn.
gonna go MJF versus Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
I think the promos are good enough. Are gonna be fantastic. First off, and I think in ring is close enough to AJ and Eddie to where the gap MJF, Roddy Piper, and Eddie dog walk AJ Styles promo wise, even in his prime. And I just think the gap in promo is too wide compared to the gap in ring between the matches. So our dream matchup winner is MJF versus the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Man, what a bracket full of bangers we had there. And who's to say that is the last one? We might have some more because there's more dream matches to be had. And uh,
Maybe we do some intergender, like Roman Reigns versus Bianca Belair.
Bianca in 4. Just like we
I
about to
think,
get
yeah,
Knicks in 5.
I'm here for it. Both those things. Fuck the Knicks. Or not the Knicks. Fuck the Celtics. Fuck Travis. Fuck Boston. Fuck the Boston Tea Party.
Rose
Yeah.
by a billion.
Talk to him, Damone.
Fuck them.
Uh, well, D Money, since you're talking
Lakers
to him,
in 9.
Lakers and 9. Since you're talking to him, where can they find you, D Money?
They can find me on everything except things owned by Elon Musk, because fuck him too. Um, at dumbmoney213, DAMONEY, and then 13.
Hi Fi Mike, can they find you yet?
Fuck you too. No, leave me alone.
Damn, fuck him. Um, and then I'm gonna try to fill in for Kenny. So
What?
you can
What?
find me at Bad
Not
Guy Has
here.
Spoken
What do you
on
need to fill in for?
YouTube's, and you can catch the show Unbiased where they talk about nothing but football with TK throwing up the little U. And then you can catch Hood Movie Review. That doesn't sound near as good without Kenny. And that's where we review all your favorite hood movies. Damone, Kenny, and I just did How the Grinch Stole Bitches this past weekend. Fucking
A feminist classic.
fantastic piece of feminist literature that everyone should check out on Tubi for free. Only an hour of your time is the cost. Uh, and
You can't
then
get it back. I promise. I tried.
then you can catch Geek in the Motherfucking Sheets, where they talk all things Marvel,
I don't
anime,
like this
DC,
Kenny impression you're doing.
uh, Lord of the Rings, and then lastly, you can find him on Not a Real Court, where they argue things like best fruit, because they're never doing best vegetable, no matter how many times I try to get them to
Joe's the
eat
best
vegetables.
fruit.
Uh, the best fruit is blackberry. We all know it.
No, it's not. But
Blacker the berry, sweeter the juice. Is that how that
the
saying
tighter
goes?
the noose.
Wait, what? I don't think that's a saying.
They're the what's living single. There she the one of the women that were on there. Not I forget her name on the show, but she was on like the Breakfast Club or something, and she was doing an interview about that show and how she never won an Emmy or anything. And literally, Friends is just living single but white and not as
Right.
good and not funny. So they stole the concept, and then the people from Living Single didn't win any awards or anything. So they kept giving it to friends. And she said she didn't get anything like after that show in Hollywood, and that she said that someone was like because she was like a dark skinned one female actor in the '90s, and she said, "Yeah, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the tighter the noose." So pretty much, she got fucked over by Hollywood once that show ended because she was the black woman in America.
Mm,
Kim
damn, good
Coles.
history lesson there. Um, And lastly, if you'd like to find me anywhere, three places. You can find me on Blue Sky. You search Heel Pepsi Man or Lil X Fudge, you should find me there. If you play WWE 2K25 on PC, you can download my Creator Wrestlers, also Heel Pepsi Man. Find some cool shit, TNA wrestlers mainly. And then lastly, for for myself and for this podcast, you can follow us on essentially what is wrestling's version of Goodreads called Dropkicked. So spell the word Dropkick and add a D at the end. You can get that on the app or the website. This is the basically the platform made famous by Drew McIntyre making a playlist of matches where he was screwed. Uh, and on there, you can find some of my lists I've made, ratings of pay per views I've watched, and ratings of matches I've done. Book It, a wrestling podcast, also has their own Dropkicked account. So you can interact with what we interact with as we go.
Yo, this picture
So,
is wild. I just
um,
want to show this up for. So there's a living single and friends. Look at this.
Yeah, literally
That is
they
wild.
stole the whole thing. It's
that is
entirely
insane.
stolen,
Bar for bar, word for word.
bar for bar. Yep. They just
But
said, "Yeah, well, let's make it white."
if you want to find me or the podcast on there, it's Little X Fudge on Dropkicked, and it's Book It a Wrestling podcast on Dropkicked. Download the app, get on there. Let's make some fucking wrestling lists. I got three. I got TNA bangers, AEW humpers, and NXT strokers. So if you want
Hey,
to check
you.
that out, go do that. With that
Also,
said,
I'm gonna rate your Kenya impression. I'm gonna give you a solid 3.75. You didn't say the N word enough.
you're right. Maybe I should add one here.
I'm gonna insert one. I'm the one who does the editing
You
and
don't know
John's
how to
whole
do that.
career.
Just
I
clip one of Kenny's and put one there. But that would at least have to make my impression score go up by like 25
Yeah.
cents. Like,
I don't know, man. I'm giving it a 1.5 because I felt like it was a little racist. I didn't like the voice you did.
well, that's been an episode of Book It. See ya.
Bye.